Hi there, my name's Steve, co-owner of Darkfire Cafe, and I'm just making a quick little video, which I'm hoping will be the start of a weekly run of videos. And the idea is to update the local community with what's going on with the cafe and events, products, whatnot. So kind of like a recap of what's happened the week before, and then giving people a heads up on what's coming up, be it new products or events or anything else that's special. So I'm not going to recap everything we've done since we've opened. What I'll do is I'll just start with what we've done in October, and then hopefully if I can get these out every week, then you'll have a really good idea of kind of like the ebbs and flows of the cafe. If you ever want to know more, if you want to message myself or just see things as they happen, always follow us on social media and join the Discord, which I'll link somewhere down below. So in October, quite a lot happened. So at the beginning of the month, we launched our Patreon. So this at the moment serves two purposes. So it allows us to offer a locker subscription for wargaming. So we've got some lockers upstairs in the gaming hall, which allows regular players to kind of store their favourite armies near the tables. That means they can just pop in and play whenever they want, no issues. The lockers themselves can hold either two of the big War Mag cases or one big and two small. So you can quite easily fit a 2,000 points army with a few bits and bobs to spare. Plus there's room down the side for accessories like dice and whatnot, chess clocks, things like that. And that is all controlled by our Patreon subscriptions. There is also just a donation subscription on there. So that's just a way in which fans of the cafe can kind of support us if they can't get here very often. So maybe they intend on using the cafe a lot more in the future, but right now they can't commit to it. Just to help ensure us getting through those first, most difficult steps of starting a business. Essentially they pay the equivalent of like a coffee a month. Just to put a little bit of extra money in our bank account and kind of help us pay some of those essential bills. And we do really appreciate that. I'll go into it a bit more in depth in future videos, but the community so far has been really coming together. A lot of people turning up on like a weekly basis, like offering their services and help in any way they can. There's not really been like a proper LGS in St Albans, so I think a lot of people are excited about having one. Okay, so now that's out of the way. Other stuff we've done in October, so we've already had off our Warhammer 40,000 event, the St Albans Slam. These are events that I've actually been running since before the cafe existed. It's one of the things that kind of evolved into the cafe itself, as it were. And this was the 9th event this year that we've run in the series. And we had 16 players, which I was pretty happy with. Usually we hit 22, 24, but considering our event was a week after the London Grand Tournament, which is the biggest event in Europe, I'm quite happy that some people just wanted to play at all. So it was great to have 16 players, a really good mix of skill levels, from newer players to some hardened pros. And results-wise, first place went to local Dom Maidlow. People might know Dom from his Let's Talk Wargaming podcast that he does. Again, I'll link that down below. He's also one of the head guys for Mind Goblins, 40k team, and altogether a really nice guy. So he came first, which is great because it's also his home turf. He's a local. And he did that with Chaos Space Marines. Second place went to Liam Connolly. I don't know that much about Liam. I know it's his second event with us. I've spoken to him a couple of times and he's a super nice guy. Hopefully we'll see more of him in future. And he also was playing Chaos Space Marines. So well done Liam for getting your first podium here in St Albans. Then third place went to James Marsden, who is no stranger to our podiums. He scored consistent first place wins with Necrons throughout the first half of our season. And now he's back after taking a short hiatus. to play Votan. And he came in third place this event, also picking up most sporting, and if anyone's played James, you wouldn't be surprised by that at all. The best painting award went to Richard Warmington with his Knights. I don't have any pictures to put into the video at the moment, but going forward I'm going to try and insert plenty of pictures and whatnot where I can, just so you can kind of see what's going on. I'll interject them, edit them into the video. So well done, Rich. I think that's your second best painting award, so hopefully we'll see his army a bit more and maybe pick up another prize, maybe a podium, who knows. Then this weekend just gone, we've had our Forged in Darkfire Middle-earth event. So I'm not a Middle-earth player. This was run by the other co-owner, which is Lewis. But I do have the results. I don't have lists of what armies they were playing, unfortunately. So you'd have to go on to Longshanks, I believe it's on, and have a look on there. So first place went to Stuart McLean. Second went to David Lambert, and third went to, only says on my list, Daddy Bear. So Daddy Bear, well done. Most sporting went to local general Tom Bates, and then the painting award went to Robert Lloyd. That was a 700 point 20-man event. I did pop in on the day and the tables looked amazing. Well done to Rob, who put most of those tables together. We are looking to see if we can add some more tables in the future. We're just waiting on the GBHL now, who organise the local circuit, to see when we can get some more dates set up for next year. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get any dates accepted for the rest of this year. So we're keen to get some January, February, March dates in the calendar and get those out to people as soon as possible. This weekend coming, we've got our first 2,000 point Age of Sigmar event called the St Albans Conquest, which will be the name of that series of events. We've got 20 players lined up for that at the moment. We've just finished the list submission stage. And it's going to be my fun job at some point tomorrow to quickly check over those lists and then go into the pairings, which will happen on Thursday. It's really good to see 20 players in that event. We do have a local contingent of players who have kind of moved over from 40k, but it's great to see a lot of other players coming out from other towns and whatnot and clubs, specifically coming to play Sigmar. So hopefully if we can keep this consistent, we should become, hopefully, a decent hub for Sigmar in Hertfordshire, because I don't think there's a massive tournament scene in this area. Then product-wise, or session-wise actually, I'll go to that first. We had our first Learn to Play D&D session last week. So this is just an evening session we run for people who are interested in learning how to play Dungeons and Dragons. We introduce a very chopped down version of how to create characters, how to kind of deal with some of the rules interactions, and we kind of fit it all into like a little micro adventure. The idea is you should be able to join on this adventure, get an idea for it, and then you should be able to join in bigger games, whether it's Adventurers League, which we run here, which is kind of like a drop-in campaign system, or if it's to go off with other friends who already play D&D or want to play D&D, and have a bit more know-how and be more confident in playing those games. Our next one of those is going to be on the 7th of November. Tickets are available on our website through the Learn to Play section. And it was super fun to run, and I'm really looking forward to running the next one. It's really nice meeting people who are keen to learn a game and get to spend 3 hours with them, making friends and just having a laugh. And this week we've got our Learn to Play Warhammer 40,000. So we've got 6 generals booked in, and it's a very similar format. We're going to take them bit by bit through the game, kind of teach them all the fundamentals, get them to a stage where they should be happy to then go on and book in some games on their own or join in with other people. The good thing is about this is that we already have the resources, so once they've finished their beginner session, they would have already met other players in a similar place, and there and then they can just start booking tables and playing, and then when they feel ready they can even then move on to challenging some of the the other generals who use our tables. We are looking to do more Learn to Plays in the future. I believe Lewis is looking to do a Learn to Play Middle-earth, which he's super psyched for. We are doing kind of like a Learn to Play system built into our Pokemon nights, which are on Wednesday evenings. I'll talk about them a bit more in a moment. And we are hoping to insert another few games once we've skilled up ourselves and we're able to run those. So games like Sigmar, Star Wars Legion, maybe some other role-playing systems, and maybe even some of the bigger like board games or more intense campaign games and whatnot. Other stuff we've got lined up, so we've got the Halloween weekend happening at the end of this month. So we're going to do lots of things over the course of the weekend. So during Friday Night Magic we have a Wild to Wild Drain draft. If people don't know what a draft is, we'll do a little video to explain it at some point in the future. But it is, the idea is you build your deck there and then out of cards that you have pulled out of booster packs, so you have no idea what you're going to get. You've got to build a deck and you play in a mini tournament. We've also got our traditional Friday Night Magic Commander night, and we'll be running a few little like spot events where like who's got the spookiest deck, who's dressed up for it, whatnot, and we'll try and give out some bits and bobs for that. We haven't got our WPM premium, not premium, WPM promo material yet because we're still new. We're still waiting for it to turn up, so we won't be able to give any of that stuff out, unfortunately. So we'll have to see what we can come up with to hand out. Then on the Saturday, we're doing 2 role-playing sessions. We're still trying to work out when these are going to run during the day, but expect to see news on all our social media soon. So I'll be running a spooky Halloween themed D&D session, and then our newest employee Ollie is going to be running a starter session for Call of Cthulhu, which people don't know is kind of already like a kind of like gothic horror sort of system. I'm a big fan of it. I'm really happy to see it happening here now. Then on the Sunday we've got our Pokemon Kiddie Mornings, or Little Trainers as we call them. So we'll be offering little bits and bobs to people who come in fancy dress. So we'll do like a best fancy dress. We'll try and be getting people to kind of make ghost decks, or ghost type decks, sorry. It'll be really interesting to see what the kids come up with. Then on the Monday, we haven't got anything much going on because we're only open till 3 PM on Monday. So we'll use that Monday to kind of recover from the weekend and then get ready for Tuesday, which is actually Halloween in itself. So in Tuesday, we'll have some sweets out, obviously for trick-or-treaters who come by, but we'll also have our Tuesday night Pioneer and Commander night for Magic the Gathering. So we'll do all the stuff we're doing on the Friday night for Commander, so spookiest deck and best fancy dress. But for Pioneer, we're also going to try and do a mono black mini Pioneer tournament. I have no idea whether that will work or not, but it might be fun. So if you want to put together a 60 card mono black deck, you play Magic, it doesn't have to be good, it's just going to be silly. But yeah, we'll have like a mono black Pioneer tournament, why not? So that's it for the Halloween weekend. Hopefully next year we can do even more, but we're trying to push as much as we can, fit it in with what we've got. What else have we got coming up? So obviously we've got all of next month's events. So we have the next Warhammer 40,000 event, which will be on the 4th of November. So we still have tickets available for this. It is a 2,000 point full tournament spec event. So you need to have fully painted army, you'll play 3 games in a day. It's super fun. Skill level doesn't matter because even if you're new to the game, you'll still learn things. All you need to do is make sure your army's painted and based beforehand to a battle ready standard. And that's all listed on the Games Workshop site what battle ready is. The week after though, we have a beginners tournament. So this is aimed at players who have got a rough idea of the rules and they want to get into the competitive format. So there's no painting requirement on this. Scores don't go towards any of the local leagues or circuits. It's just a come and play tournament. You get an idea of how it works, and it should be loads of fun. I believe that is almost fully booked, but I believe there is 1 or 2 tickets left on that. That is for the 11th of November. It's the first time we've done that event, and if it proves popular, we'll look to do one maybe every quarter, and then maybe even more often if it is that popular. I do believe some of the people coming to this week's Learn to Play session are already booked in on that, so it'll be nice to see their progression over the next few weeks where they go from A to B. Following that, we have a couple of private tournaments booked in here and there. So this is members of the public who have booked the space to run their own events. I won't say who they are just because I don't know whether I'm allowed to or not. But we also have I can't remember what day it's on, so you have to check our website. But we also have our next 2,000 points Age of Sigmar tournament. So if you are an Age of Sigmar fan and you want to get a whole day of gaming in, check that out, tickets are available. And then we already have Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000 set up for December. And then expect to see January events, maybe even February and March events start to come out over the next week or so. I've just nailed down at least one date for Star Wars Legion in the next quarter. And then, like I said before, we're waiting on the GPHL so we can get some of those Middle-earth events in there as well. We are keen to run events at other game systems though, but being a new venue, we've got to set up brand new communities a lot of the time, and try and find where the people are that play all the games that we want to play and run. So we are on the lookout for running games like Blood Bowl, Kill Team, Warcry, Underworlds, Marvel Crisis Protocol, Infinity, all of these sorts of games. We'd love to run them, and we're kind of looking now for what we call community champions. So that's people who are interested in running events for their favourite game systems. We help them out, we basically give them the space, help sell tickets. All they do is they turn up, they TO the event, and they get a free ticket for the event as well, so they get to take part. That's our intention, how we're going to run it for now. Over time, hopefully we can fill out our staff, so our staff can actually run the events, and then we can make them even more professional. I'll do a little bit on the products we're doing now, but I'm very aware that I've been talking for quite a while, and I have no idea whether this is an interesting video or not. Hopefully in future I can have another chair here and I can kind of bounce off someone else, whether it is one of our locals or someone else involved in the business, I don't know. But I'll just go over some of the new products that's come out. I guess the biggest release we've had recently, just this weekend gone actually, is the new Space Marine Codex has come out. So I have one here. Okay, I'm not going to open it up and go through it, there's plenty of YouTube channels telling you all about it. But it's the second Codex of Warhammer 40,000 10th edition to come out. Everyone is super excited about all the new detachments. We've already had quite a few people coming in and practicing them. I'm a Space Marine player myself, though I am starting to move on to Necrons. But you'll probably see me at some point this week getting my Space Marines out and trying out that Firestorm detachment because it looks super good. We've already sold out of the codexes, so we'll order some more in. But if you want something like that, give us a shout and we can always put one to one side for you. We've also got the new reprinted Leviathan decks in for mission cards. We've got the Space Marine data sheets in, and if there's any of the new kits that you want, or in fact any of the old kits, just give me a message through our Discord, and I'll be able to get that ordered in for you. So we can order in any Games Workshop items that are available in our warehouse at 15% off RRP. We've also expanded our paint range, so we haven't got the full range, but slowly we're expanding the paints we've got so that we can offer more to the people who are using the space. We've also got some of the Warhammer starter sets in ready for Christmas, as we wouldn't be surprised if some new gamers come in and pick up some sets for that. We also have got in some mystery dice from Mystery Dice Goblins. These are super cool. I've been itching to get these for a while. Now we're running more D&D products. Seems like now is the time to start running these. So the idea is that this is a sealed packet, and in here you get a full set of 7 role-playing dice. That's your D20, D12, D10, D100, D8, D4 and a D6. And you don't know what the colours and design are going to be until you open it up. There's over 100 different designs, so you could pick up a couple of these and they should all be different. So they're a super fun present. If you've got a friend who's really into role playing, then you could pick up one of these. We're going to get some of the other sets as well as soon as the packaging's sorted out. So there are going to be some sharp dice, some really nice clear resin with things filled in them. And we did get some of specific sets in, such as we got in some dragon eye dice, some snake eye dice, some nebula dice, we've got some pride dice, and we've got a really nice purple set of sharp dice as well. So those are specific ones, you can see what they are, and you can just buy those straight off the shelf. But these are definitely more exciting. We've already gone through almost half of these already, and they've only been on the shelf for a few days, so I'm going to have to get some more of these sharpish. Expect to see one of our first review videos being one of these, because I'm itching to open one of these packs, so I need an excuse. We've also just signed up with Colourforge to start selling some of their products. So we've got a small trial range in at the moment. So if you don't know what Colourforge are, they are a new brand of spray paints, specifically primers. This one I got in my hand is Ghoul Grey, which is very similar to Grey Seer, I believe, from the Citadel range. So these bottles are a bit bigger. I believe the quality is on par or better through most of the range, that's what I'm told. A lot of the influencers are picking up this and shouting about this at the moment, so we thought we'd give them a go. And these are selling at £12 for these huge bottles, which is actually cheaper than the smaller bottles we're selling for Games Workshop. We're still going to sell our Games Workshop products at the same time, but it's nice to give people options. And because that range is a lot easier for us to get in, expect to see more colour variants from that in the future as well. We have got a whole load of other products, but it would just take too long to list them all. But we're bringing in more things for Pokemon and Magic the Gathering as well. On Magic the Gathering, we did get our WPN status, so that means we'll be doing our first pre-release on the 10th, I believe, of November for the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. If people don't know what a pre-release is, that basically means that we can run events and sell some of the stuff a week before it's officially launched. That means on the Friday we'll be doing a special pre-release event where we'll be doing a sealed tournament where you can pick up a pre-release pack, make a deck out of it, and play in a micro tournament that evening. Then we hopefully will have some sets left over for the following day, which you can just come in and pick up, and we'll be trying to do like a commander day, whatnot, that day as well. You can also buy full boxes as well, and you get some promos with that. Then on the actual launch event, we'll actually do a booster draft as well. So we've got lots of events going on there. Really looking forward to getting our promo cards. We just found out the other week that the official promo cards that are supposed to come out for Ixalan aren't all making their way to the UK. There have been some issues, so promo-wise we'll be getting a mix of stuff. But because we've never really had any promo cards before, I don't see that being much of an issue because it'll all be new to everyone anyway. So that means that whether you're new to coming here, or you're bringing a friend, or you're joining in all of activities, we can give you all these little freebies that Wizards have given us as a thank you for coming in and supporting the hobby. That's pretty much it. Quite a long video, but hopefully everything that you want to know has been put in there. Please let me know what you think down below, sort of things you'd like me to cover, sort of things you don't feel are necessary, and then what I'll try and do in future every week is kind of change it up. Expect to see a video next week talking about the Sigma event and what's going on. Cool, thank you, bye.